Hello and thank you again for clicking on my channel. My name is A and this is a real movie podcast, and today I'm going to talk to you about top 6 perfectly cast actresses in a comedy, and you might call it sitcoms. And yeah, here we go. Before I start the podcast, please, just a little note, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I like this podcast, just a side note, because growing channel, so yeah, I could really use your support, and thank you, that's it. Okay, let's begin. Number 6, we have Sofia Vergara as Gloria Delgado in Modern Family. The reason why I put this talented woman's name on my list, number 6, first I have to tell you something. I haven't watched Modern Family, but the number of Emmys that this actress has won and the number of nominations that Sofia Vergara has right now is just out of the line. It shouldn't be allowed. When I see someone who has watched this show, they always tell me to watch and observe Sofia Vergara's acting. The reason why she's number 6 and she's not higher is because I haven't watched the show, so I can't judge. But I will watch it soon. Yeah, Sofia Vergara must be a great actress in this TV show. And don't worry, this is the first and last person that I haven't watched the TV show. From now on the list, when I talk about someone, I have completely watched the TV show and I have something good to say about them. Number 5, we have Stephanie Beatrice as Detective Rosa Diaz, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I already mentioned Brooklyn Nine-Nine before. It is not one of my favorite TV shows, and maybe it is because I'm not a huge fan of Andy Samberg, but some of the actors in this TV show was extremely great. I already talked about Captain Raymond Holt, and today I'm going to talk about Rosa Diaz. Stephanie Beatrice did such a wonderful job as Rosa Diaz, and she completely owned the role. Let me tell you something. If an actor or an actress is on a TV show, especially on a sitcom which runs for a long time, especially some TV show which is a hit, it is really important to not to play yourself, because most sitcom actors are just playing themselves. It is really difficult to play someone else. You don't have any idea what was my reaction when I first checked out Stephanie Beatrice's Instagram. I was extremely shocked to see what was going on there. She just plays a whole another personality on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she's extremely funny. She might be, alongside Captain Holt, the best 2 actors of the whole show. And yeah, if you're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, don't miss out on Stephanie Beatrice's performance. Number 4 spot goes to Lisa Kudrow as Phoebe Buffay, Friends. I just had to talk about Friends. When you're talking about sitcoms, the most iconic ones, I just have to talk about Friends. I already talked about Chandler in perfectly cast actors, and now that I'm talking about actresses, I just have to mention Lisa Kudrow. Chandler and Phoebe were my favorite characters on that show because Phoebe was extremely grounded, was extremely funny, delivered every single line with complete dedication. Even though I accept that, even though she laughed a lot, there are so many footages of her just laughing through the scenes, but you have no idea what a soul she was for this TV show. Phoebe Buffay was the soul of this TV show, with her weirdness, with her brightness, with her relationships, with her words, and with her actions. She was extremely good, and Lisa Kudrow was phenomenal in this role. 3rd position goes to Amy Poehler as Leslie Knope, the show Parks and Recreation. I already talked about Parks and Recreation as one of the most underrated shows ever. You can see the character growth, and you can see how Amy Poehler owned the role. If you just give her time for first season, she will be extremely good. She is the axe on which the whole show turns. She is just, I cannot even use words because she is extremely good. In that show, there are so many other actors that I can mention. For example, Aubrey Plaza did a wonderful job as well, but Amy Poehler was just awesome. 2nd spot goes to Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Elaine Benes, Seinfeld. I already talked about Seinfeld. Even though I watched Seinfeld recently, it just break through every door, and it just became one of my favorite TV shows ever because of its premise, because of the actors, because of the jokes. And even though the show was old, I related on many occasions with this show. The actors in this show I already talked about, Michael Richards as Kramer, but I have to mention Julia Louis-Dreyfus. The reason why I'm mentioning her, first of all, of course, as far as the acting is concerned, she might be the best. I'm not saying one of the best. She might be the best actress in a sitcom. Elaine Bennis was a completely overwhelming and complex personality to show. Julia Louis-Dreyfus did a wonderful job. For example, imagine Robin from How I Met Your Mother or Rachel from Friends, even though they did a great job, or Penny from Big Bang Theory, even though they did a wonderful job, but their roles were not really different. I mean, they just had to play a diva, some damsel in distress in some occasions. But what I want to say is that although I love them as well, except for Robin, I don't like her, but their roles were not complex. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus, completely different job on Seinfeld. She had to be funny, she had to be sexy, she had to be likable, she had to be dislikable on some occasions, she had to be relatable. And for me, a guy in his 20s, I felt really related to this actress, to this role, to this person, and that shows how great she did in that role. Drum rolls. First spot goes to Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Fleabag, the show Fleabag. Protagonist of Fleabag doesn't have a certain name. We never know what her name is. It's just Fleabag. I call her protagonist, so nah, protagonist is too hard. It's Fleabag. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, of course, she has written and directed this TV show. Of course, the role was kind of written for her. Because she wrote it herself for herself, but it doesn't mean that she did not have a hard job. The emotional range, the comedy range, the character arc, every single expression, because Fleabag broke the fourth wall on many occasions, and the impressions became really important on that TV show. I know this is not, Fleabag is not even a sitcom, you might say, but it is kind of a comedy sitcom, and I just had to talk about her because she's just awesome in this role. She had an extremely hard job to do, and she did it just the best way possible. And yeah, that's it. That's my top 6 actresses in a sitcom. Tell me what you think about it. Thank you for listening to my voice. Don't forget to like and subscribe for daily content. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye.